Retirement in California usually sparks two reactions: excitement about the sunshine and immediate panic about the price tags. Everyone thinks you have to sell a kidney to afford a beach chair here. But the truth is, the Golden State still hides some surprisingly affordable, relaxed places that most people overlook. Forget Beverly Hills and Silicon Valley. In this video, we're diving into 10 hidden California retirement havens where you can still sip your morning coffee with mountain views or ocean breezes without mortgaging your soul. Stick around because your perfect slice of California might just be somewhere you've never even heard of. 10. Oxnard. Oxnard is the California coastal town nobody brags about on Instagram, which is exactly why retirees love it. It's wedged between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara, yet somehow manages to avoid the celebrity parade. Here, strawberry fields stretch practically to the sand, and surfers paddle out while tractors hum in the background. It's the kind of odd combination that makes you wonder if the Chamber of Commerce just threw darts at a map and said, "Sure, let's grow berries right next to the ocean." The lifestyle leans casual, sometimes hilariously so. You'll find retirees swapping gardening tips at the salsa festival, while teenagers try to eat their weight in chips. Locals seem to care more about whether the taco truck is parked in its usual spot than about politics. It's easy to slip into this rhythm. One minute you're a stranger, the next you're trading fish taco recommendations like you've lived here forever. Affordability is relative in California, but Oxnard is like the outlet version of Santa Barbara. Housing is still pricey, but you don't need a reality show deal to buy in. Renters can snag a spot without selling a kidney, and groceries are refreshingly normal. Gas, of course, is still gas. This is California, not utopia. Amenities are more than decent for a hidden city. Healthcare options are solid, and the Performing Arts Center occasionally surprises by landing acts you'd expect to see in bigger cities. Shopping is easy, whether you're a Costco marathoner or a fan of quirky local shops. Culture here comes in sips, not fire hoses, but it keeps life interesting. Weather is Oxnard's greatest magic trick. Summers cruise along at just right, with ocean breezes doing most of the work. Winters barely deserve the name, a sweater handles it. When it rains, locals treat it like breaking news, but otherwise the skies stay happily cooperative. Outdoor coffee is less an indulgence than a lifestyle. The quirky crown jewel? The Strawberry Festival, where you'll see strawberries in forms that should probably be illegal, like on pizza. The drawback? The 101 freeway, where traffic can turn a 5-minute errand into a podcast marathon. Still, when you're back on the sand watching pelicans argue over fish, it feels worth it. That balance of beauty, quirks, and just a dash of chaos is what makes Oxnard a sweet retirement surprise. 9. Chico. Chico is one of those towns that makes you wonder if the city planner just said, "Let's build half university, half forest, and see what happens." Nestled in the Sacramento Valley, it manages to be both leafy and lively, with Bidwell Park sprawling through the middle like someone dropped a national park in town by mistake. The place is so big you could hike for hours, get lost, and end up asking a squirrel for directions. Retirees quickly discover the park isn't just recreation, it's practically the city's living room. The lifestyle here blends small-town warmth with a steady undercurrent of college energy. Retirees slip easily into routines of walking groups and book clubs, though many of those book clubs eventually reveal more bottles than chapters. Backyard barbecues regularly feature tri-tip competitions so intense they could qualify as sporting events. And strangers on the trails wave as though you're already a neighbor, a small gesture that makes the city feel instantly familiar. On the financial side, Chico is refreshingly approachable for California. Homes aren't giveaways, but they don't hit Malibu numbers either. Rentals feel reasonable, groceries track close to the state average, and filling your cart with avocados won't spark an identity crisis. It's one of those rare California cities where you can enjoy the good life without constantly checking your retirement account balance. Amenities are solid for a mid-sized city. A regional medical center provides reliable health care, while shopping covers everything from the essentials to quirky finds. Thanks to the university, the arts scene is surprisingly lively. Galleries, theaters, and concerts that range from unexpectedly polished to, well, at least they tried. Either way, it keeps weekends interesting. Climate in Chico comes with mood swings. Winters are mild, even charming, but summers can scorch until you start considering oven mitts as driving gloves. Luckily, evenings cool down beautifully, so patio dinners and sunset drinks remain a staple. The heat may test your patience, but it never fully cancels the appeal of outdoor living. Chico's standout is still Bidwell Park, a green sprawl that gives the city its heart. The catch? Allergy season. Come spring, half the town sounds like they just watched the saddest movie ever made. But if you can laugh between sneezes, Chico rewards you with a rare mix of nature, culture, and quirky charm that makes retirement anything but dull. 8. Santa Maria. Santa Maria doesn't get the spotlight like Napa or Sonoma, but maybe that's the secret. Tucked along California's central coast, it's surrounded by rolling hills, vineyards, and ocean breezes that wander inland like they own the place. Retirees here quickly learn the city has a split personality. By day, it's all about wine and agriculture. By night, it leans into its proud barbecue tradition, with tri-tip so famous locals speak of it in hushed, almost religious tones. The lifestyle is relaxed, neighborly, and surprisingly unpretentious for wine country. Retirees join tasting rooms where no one blinks if you admit you still can't tell the difference between oak and just wine. Community events pop up year-round, often tied to food or culture, and newcomers rarely feel left out. It's the kind of town where your weekly routine can include both book clubs and barbecue cookouts without anyone seeing the contradiction. Santa Maria also comes with a perk many Californians dream of: relative affordability. Housing prices are kinder than in the Bay Area or Los Angeles, though still not cheap. Rentals remain doable, and everyday expenses like groceries and gas hover around average. Retirees often comment that they feel they're getting a taste of California's coastal lifestyle without the financial migraine. Amenities are strong for a mid-sized city. Healthcare is covered with hospitals and clinics that serve the whole region. Shopping is a mix of big-box convenience and local gems, while cultural life sneaks up on you. Art galleries, small theaters, and of course wine festivals that seem to pop up whenever the weather is good, which is most of the time. Climate is another of Santa Maria's selling points. Summers are warm, but not blistering. Winters are mild, and the coastal breeze has impeccable timing. It's the kind of weather where your patio furniture gets more use than your living room, and retirees often find themselves outside so often they start to forget what ceiling fans are for. The city's unique quirk is its barbecue identity. Locals will tell you Santa Maria is the birthplace of California-style barbecue, and they defend that title with near-comic intensity. The drawback? You'll end up eating so much grilled tri-tip that salads start to feel like distant memories. Still, if smoky grills and vineyard sunsets sound like retirement goals, Santa Maria delivers with flavor. 7. Visalia. Visalia doesn't usually land on retirement shortlists, which is strange when you realize it has a front-row seat to some of California's most jaw-dropping scenery. It's the gateway to Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, where the trees are so massive they make you feel like you accidentally got shrunk in the dryer. One afternoon you're downtown at an art walk. The next you're staring up at a redwood wondering if you should apologize for every time you called your neighbor's oak tree huge. Life here is laid back but never sleepy. Downtown has a cozy, walkable feel with cafes, galleries, and street festivals that seem to appear whenever the weather cooperates. Retirees find it easy to join in, whether that's hiking with local groups, volunteering at community events, or just claiming a favorite diner booth where the staff knows your coffee order better than you do. If you crave connection, Visalia doesn't make you work for it. Affordability is another win. Compared to California's coast, Visalia feels refreshingly reasonable. Homes are priced at approachable levels, rentals won't make you reconsider your life choices, and groceries don't require a second mortgage. Retirees often say the best part is living comfortably without doing math at the gas pump to decide if dinner will still happen. Amenities are solid for a mid-sized city. A regional medical center covers healthcare needs, shopping handles the basics, and cultural offerings, small theaters, art shows, and live music, pop up often enough to keep things interesting. And if you really miss bigger city bustle, Fresno is a short drive away with more of everything. The climate has personality, and not always the nice kind. Summers can sizzle until you feel like errands require survival training. Locals master the art of scheduling life around the afternoon furnace, and the payoff is mild, sunny winters that make you wonder why you ever owned snow boots. Retirees here become experts at enjoying patios, with iced tea in July and a light sweater in January. Visalia's unique gem is its proximity to the sequoias, natural giants so absurd they make every postcard feel inadequate. The drawback? Summer air quality can get cranky thanks to Central Valley haze. But if you can handle a little smog with your sunsets, Visalia offers a warm, affordable, and welcoming base camp for retirement. 6. Clovis. Clovis sits right next to Fresno, but ask a local, and they'll insist it's a whole different world. They call it the gateway to the Sierras, and while that sounds like marketing spin, it's not wrong. Retirees who move here quickly discover they can enjoy suburban comforts one day and mountain air the next, all without straying far from home. Think of it as the quieter sibling at a noisy family gathering. Less drama, more charm, and still plenty of stories. The lifestyle leans community-oriented and a little nostalgic. Old Town Clovis feels like someone polished up a Western movie set and then filled it with coffee shops, diners, and antique stores. Retirees wander in for the Saturday farmers market and often leave with both fresh peaches and a new circle of friends. Block parties, community parades, and endless church potlucks keep the social calendar surprisingly full, even if your main goal was peace and quiet. Affordability is a strong point here. Housing prices run lower than California's coastal cities, and retirees often find they can actually buy a home without maxing out every retirement account. Rentals are reasonable, groceries are manageable, and gas is, well, still California gas, but at least you're not in Los Angeles. Amenities cover all the essentials. Healthcare is anchored by Fresno's larger hospitals just minutes away, and Clovis itself has clinics and specialists close to home. Shopping ranges from big box convenience to quirky local shops, and Old Town hosts enough dining options that cooking starts to feel optional. Culturally, it's less about big shows and more about hometown festivals, high school sports, and local theater. Small scale but endearing. Climate is classic Central Valley. Hot summers, mild winters. Retirees quickly learn to schedule errands in the morning before the heat sets in, and evening strolls are practically a neighborhood ritual. Winters are gentle, often sunny enough to make you forget snow ever existed. In between, spring wildflowers and fall colors in the nearby Sierra foothills make up for the July furnace. Clovis's unique draw is its small-town feel combined with quick access to Yosemite and Sequoia. The catch? Summer air quality sometimes goes rogue, thanks to the valley's stubborn haze. But if you can handle a few smoky sunsets in exchange for affordable living, a welcoming community, and mountain adventures just up the road, Clovis makes retirement feel both grounded and adventurous. 5. Temecula. This town has quietly built a reputation as Southern California's wine country without the heavy crowds of Napa or the sticker shock of Santa Barbara. Tucked in rolling hills between San Diego and Riverside, it mixes a suburban base with endless vineyards and golf courses that seem designed with retirees in mind. It's the kind of place where you can start the day with a tea time, end it with a tasting flight, and still make it home in time for primetime TV. The lifestyle here leans easygoing and social. Old Town Temecula is the heart of it all, with cobblestone-style streets, breweries, and shops that manage to feel both touristy and charming. Retirees often find themselves joining social clubs. Suddenly your calendar is packed. The balloon festivals and classic car shows give plenty of reasons to gather. Costs are another draw. Housing prices aren't dirt cheap, but they're far friendlier than California's coastal darlings. Rentals are attainable, groceries are manageable, and while golf memberships might dent the wallet, the sheer number of courses means you can shop around. It's California living that feels like a splurge without being a financial cliff dive. Amenities check all the retirement boxes. Healthcare options are strong, with clinics and hospitals close at hand. Shopping covers everything from big box essentials to boutique browsing, and dining goes well beyond wine country fare. Cultural life is anchored by festivals, concerts, and local theaters, meaning weekends rarely end up boring unless you want them to be. Climate is another plus. Temecula summers run warm but not punishing. Winters are mild, but evenings cool down enough. The surrounding hills keep things scenic year-round. And there's something oddly satisfying about sipping local wine while hot air balloons float lazily across the horizon. The small drawback? Traffic during festival weekends can make a 10-minute drive stretch into an audiobook chapter. But once you're settled in watching balloons drift overhead, the detour feels like part of the local charm. 4. Vacaville. Vacaville may not have the glamour of San Francisco or the political buzz of Sacramento, but that's sort of the point. Sitting right between the two, it feels like a sweet middle ground where retirees can enjoy suburban calm without being swallowed by big city chaos. Its name literally means cow town, but don't let that fool you. Vacaville has grown into a comfortable city with enough shopping, dining, and green space to keep life running smoothly. And yes, the cows are still around, politely ignoring the outlet mall. The lifestyle here is approachable and family-friendly, with a dose of small-town spirit that somehow survived all the growth. Retirees find the community welcoming, with plenty of local events and gatherings. Parks and trails keep everyone outside, and downtown Vacaville has a charm that feels a little unexpected for a city that many only know as a freeway exit. It's the kind of place where you can sip coffee on Main Street and run into 3 people you know before finishing your muffin. When it comes to affordability, Vacaville is a relief compared to the Bay Area. Housing prices are still California level, but far more manageable than San Jose or Oakland. Rentals are reasonable, groceries don't feel like luxury purchases, and retirees often comment that they're able to stretch their budget further here while still living comfortably. It's not cheap, but it doesn't feel punishing either. Amenities are strong for a mid-sized city. Healthcare options are plentiful, with hospitals and clinics nearby. Shopping is practically a local sport, thanks to the Vacaville premium outlets, and there are enough restaurants and cafes to keep things interesting. Cultural life is smaller in scale but present. Community theater, live music, and art shows pop up regularly, often with more heart than polish. Climate here is classic Northern California. Warm, dry summers and mild, often sunny winters. Yes, it can get toasty in July, but evenings tend to cool off nicely. Winters bring enough rain to keep the hills green without forcing anyone to dig out snow boots. Vacaville's unique quirk is its identity as a cow town turned commuter haven. The downside? Traffic on I-80 can test your patience, especially on weekends when half the Bay Area seems to be outlet shopping. Still, once you're back home enjoying the slower pace, you realize Vacaville delivers a balance that's hard to find. Accessible, friendly, and surprisingly good for retirement. 3. Redding. Redding sits up in Northern California, hugged by mountains, rivers, and lakes, and somehow still manages to fly under the radar. Retirees who land here often joke that they came for the scenery and stayed because the traffic lights are the only real rush hour. The Sacramento River cuts right through town, and the Sundial Bridge has become both an architectural landmark and the city's unofficial meeting spot. Because nothing says "let's grab lunch" like standing under a giant clock you can't actually read. The lifestyle here is all about access to the outdoors. Hiking, boating, fishing, pick your adventure, and it's probably within a 20-minute drive. Retirees fall into routines that mix relaxed mornings in town with afternoons at Shasta Lake or wandering shaded trails. The community has a practical, welcoming feel, where conversations are as likely to be about trail conditions as they are about fresh peaches. Redding's affordability is one of its strongest draws. Housing prices are friendlier than most of California, rentals are still within reach, and everyday expenses don't feel like financial puzzles. Retirees often comment that they finally feel like they can enjoy California's natural beauty without paying Bay Area premiums. Amenities cover more than the basics. The city has a strong regional medical center, a decent mix of shopping, and a steady calendar of local events. The arts scene pops up in galleries and theaters, and while you won't confuse it with San Francisco, There's charm in the homegrown energy. Plus, there's something about watching a concert under the stars that makes up for the lack of big-name acts. Climate here is a bit of a mixed blessing. Winters are mild and easy, but summers can get so hot you'll swear your flip-flops are melting. Locals adapt by becoming masters of air conditioning strategy and treating Shasta Lake like a second living room. The upside is that spring and fall deliver spectacular weather that makes you forget July ever happened. Redding's standout is its sheer proximity to nature. Lakes, mountains, and trails in every direction. The drawback? The summer heat is relentless enough to make ice cream a food group. Still, for retirees who crave the outdoors without sacrificing affordability, Redding is a hidden California gem that feels like your own personal backyard. 2. Hemet. Hemet has long been a retirement favorite in Southern California, though it rarely grabs headlines like Palm Springs. Nestled in the San Jacinto Valley, it's framed by desert views and mountain backdrops that make even a trip to the grocery store feel like a postcard. Retirees often describe it as Palm Springs without the price tag, though don't expect martinis handed out with your tea time. Life here is relaxed and undeniably community-driven. Hemet has a strong retiree presence, which means you'll never feel like the odd one out at local clubs or events. Walking groups, quilting circles, and golf leagues keep the social calendar busy, while city festivals and concerts in the park draw half the town with folding chairs and coolers. Even a quick errand has a way of turning into a 20-minute chat, which is either heartwarming or slightly stressful if you're carrying melting ice cream. Affordability is one of Hemet's strongest selling points. Housing prices are far kinder than California's coastal cities, with both homes and rentals that retirees can actually manage. Utilities and groceries are reasonable, making it possible to budget comfortably and still splurge on dinners out or weekend getaways. In a state where affordable often sounds like a joke, Hemet comes surprisingly close to delivering it. Amenities cover everything retirees expect. Healthcare includes a local medical center, with larger hospitals in Riverside within easy reach. Shopping mixes the usual big-box names with smaller mom-and-pop spots, and dining ranges from cozy diners to international fare. Cultural life shows up in community theaters, seasonal parades, and the iconic Ramona Bowl Amphitheater, where outdoor plays and concerts bring neighbors together under the desert stars. The climate is classic desert living. Winters are blissfully mild, springs are warm and colorful, and summers are like stepping into a convection oven. Locals adapt with strategic air conditioning and early morning errands. The payoff is endless sunshine that snowbirds from colder states envy all winter long. Hemet's unique appeal is its blend of affordability and a built-in retiree network, making it easy to feel at home fast. The drawback? The summer heat can test your patience. Even the lizards look annoyed by August. Still, if you can laugh through the sweat, Hemet is a welcoming, sunny, and budget-friendly retirement haven. 1. Tracy. Tracy is the kind of city people usually drive past on their way to somewhere else. And that's exactly why retirees who stop here often end up staying. Sitting in the Central Valley just east of the Bay Area, it combines suburban calm with easy access to bigger adventures. The mountains, the coast, even San Francisco are all close enough for day trips, yet daily life in Tracy feels comfortably grounded. It's a city that doesn't shout for attention, which makes it oddly refreshing in California. The lifestyle is steady and approachable. Parks and trails give retirees room to stretch their legs, while community centers and local clubs keep calendars surprisingly full. Downtown sprinkles in art walks, farmers markets, and the occasional street festival, the kind where you'll inevitably run into someone you met 2 days earlier at the grocery store. Neighbors actually chat, and the pace of life tilts toward linger over coffee. Affordability is another draw. Housing prices aren't cheap, but compared to the Bay Area or coastal California, they feel almost reasonable. Rentals are manageable, groceries won't break the bank, and retirees often find they can maintain a comfortable lifestyle without sacrificing travel or hobbies. In a state famous for high costs, Tracy offers a softer landing. Amenities are well-rounded for a mid-sized city. Healthcare is covered with local hospitals and clinics, plus larger facilities only a short drive away. Shopping runs from everyday convenience to boutique browsing, and dining surprises with more variety than you'd expect. Cultural life is modest but genuine. Community theater, live music, seasonal parades, the kind of events that make you feel connected rather than just entertained. Climate here tilts warm, with dry summers and mild winters. July afternoons can be toasty enough to make you reconsider errands, but evenings cool down, turning patios into the real living rooms of Tracy. Winters are easy, with just enough rain to keep the hillsides green and wildflowers blooming in spring. Tracy's unique appeal lies in its location. A quiet, comfortable city that keeps the noise of the Bay Area at arm's length, while leaving it close enough for adventures. The drawback? Traffic. Freeways jam when commuters swarm, but retirees have the luxury of skipping rush hour entirely. In Tracy, time really does feel like it's back on your side. So there you have it. 10 hidden California retirement havens that don't make the glossy brochures, but just might make your future a lot sunnier. Now please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button now, so you will not miss any future opportunities. From wine country cookouts to desert sunsets to squirrels with suspicious amounts of confidence, California has plenty of surprises left for retirees willing to look past the obvious spots. Who knows, maybe your retirement adventure is already waiting where you least expect it. That's it for now. Take care and see you in the next video.